Hello. How are you guys? So the stream today is kind because actually like a lot of questions were asked, and Kati did post some of them, like, but you are welcome to post your own anytime. As you know, I'm kind of we'll answer everything. And meantime, we will play. Now, I thought we would be like testing new version, but it seems that we didn't push it in production, so I couldn't like I can't play it yet, but doesn't matter. I didn't play. We stopped right here. I didn't play because I had too much things to do, which probably kind of you guess what these are, and I don't even remember what we have here. Oh, we have, yeah, 2 Popits attacked. Very nice, guys, very nice. Yeah, so what are we gonna do now? I don't remember what we were doing here. Oh, okay, we played hearts, I guess, and diamonds, right? And we have 2 Popits disabled by the attack, which is like x2. Okay, this is like money. Okay, we can deal with that. So we have only multiplier 2, and what we have x61 on flush. So I need a calculator. I need a calculator to just remember where we were. Let me see. So yeah, so 61 and 2, so it will be quicker. Yeah, okay, I think we can do that. Right, we can do that. It's quite easy, I think. Right, let's just pass one hand so we know that we're in the loop. Should be fine, right? Let me just recheck. 36, right, 61, and even run card will do us 2, so this one will give us 2, right? So yeah, I think it should be fine. Am I missing something? Because like it takes time to just get back into this. I don't think I'm missing anything, but yeah, it's fine. So okay, we're back on track. It's okay. We cleaned the attack. Actually, like, attack came on a great time. Yeah. Anyway, so let me start by answering some questions. Okay, let's see. First of all, still play the game, but it's still relevant to the blockchain activity since the tournament is over. Yeah, I mean, right now it isn't, but maybe that will answer some questions. I didn't read all the questions. Maybe I should read all the questions and then kind of start answering. So, how will the mining game work in detail? Do we have to play several time frames per day or one only spread like we want? Okay, can you clarify if one may actually lose a pop coin, the entire collection, when being attacked, as you mentioned? Did you mean the Popit from the current pop? Okay, understand the question. Collection 1 are playing with, or was it simply for Proto Popit ability card for that active session? It's a complicated way to ask a question. Maybe I get it, but we'll see. Okay, we need a big popcoin collection to compete. Do we really need at least 1000 Popit in your popcoin? Because not many people have that many, maybe only 4 people. Okay, I understand the question and I understand the confusion. Will there be a number of shop, for an example, that tells us how many Proto Popits are available out of the max one could have for the current user? But yeah, okay. Will one be able to see all the current possible abilities that certain collection has? Okay, how exactly will the effect of Popits of Popcoin in our wallet of mining work? Okay, how is the multiplier for different Mamaboard power? Can we have a list of this value? Okay, it was said that Mamaboard earning goes in wallet. Do we still have to break Mamaboard to make withdraw? Okay, can we add a possibility to pop coins in our wallet to see which Popits we tapped inside and how many taps we did? Okay, what exactly are the factors used to determine which cluster of players is assigned to? Okay, we need to know the rules in the Mamaboard multipliers. I hope that in the mining test phase it will be explained. Okay, all right, I got the question. Okay, so Crispy Doc is still starts at level 8. There is an update coming. Hope to fix this problem. So just wait for an update. Should be tomorrow. Okay, then I come back to the question. I still play the game, but is it still relevant to the blockchain activities since the tournament is over? All right, so yes and no, meaning yes, because the mining, like you will mine in the game as well, and the amount that you will mine is determined by 2 factors. So one is the Mamaboard level, and 2 is your progression in game. So the more blocks you have cleared in the game, like the more you mine. Okay, so this tournament is over. If you train on the game, it will help you to clear more blocks when the mining starts, and that will determine your mining power as well. Actually, like, this is quite an important factor. There are only 2 factors, as I said. One is the Mamaboard, and 2 is your progression in the game. So like a person who is playing on block 100 will mine a lot more than person who is playing on block 1. Like, it's not in 100 times. It's like more. We're only seeing gaming stuff. When are we doing to start seeing blockchain stuff? Who's going to use this blockchain? Will there be deals? All right, let's talk about that. It's a great question. This game is on the blockchain. Like, not right now, but when the blockchain starts, this game will be on the blockchain. This game will be mining tokens, apart from other things. But you play the game, you verify the blockchain. So everything we do is blockchain related, everything. Okay, so in fact, like, you are answering your own question, but saying, we're playing the game, who's going to use the blockchain? Well, you just answered. There are many people who plays the game, and so hence they use the blockchain. Not only they use the blockchain when playing the game, they also mine tokens. If they want, it's up to them. But if they want, they also mine tokens. And so hence using blockchain and helping blockchain. So maybe you should, if you want to go further, like, ask me more, but this blockchain is created So so we can break into different fields, like create completely new applications which never been possible on the blockchain before. So when you say blockchain stuff, you mean this old blockchain stuff, which is a blockchain stuff only because this is the only thing you could do on the blockchain, right? So in Bitcoin, the only thing you could really do with Bitcoin, apart from like you could mine it, and then you could transfer it to somewhere. That's just from wallet to wallet. That's basically UTXO transactions. That's basically what you could do with Bitcoin in the beginning, and more or less that's what you can do with it now. Next, so the only thing you can do with Bitcoin is just hold it or transfer it, basically sell it, or that's it. So when you say when we're seeing blockchain stuff, you mean when we will mine, that's from the day one of the blockchain start. When we will transfer tokens, from the first day, of course, that you install the wallet, there is a transfer function in the wallet. You can transfer tokens if you have them. This is the blockchain stuff. Okay, then you talk about other blockchain stack like DeFi, because that's basically the only thing which exists on the blockchain apart from what we said before, like apart from transferring. So you're talking about decentralized exchange and some other like financial instruments. In DeFi financial instruments, yeah, we will see them more or less very quickly after the blockchain starts. We will see the DEX and some other stuff. So yeah, you will see it. But that's not very interesting because that can be done on any other blockchain. Right? Of course, in our case, it will be much faster, much more scalable, but still, you can do it anywhere else, right? Let us play some game. Yeah, now, like, it's too... so we have 3,000... 3,061, right? I'm like... what was it? 61, and now that's too much. That's too much. So we actually need like only 50 like this, and let's get rid of this. Like 1 is enough. Okay. Let's go shopping. Oh, nice. Like, we need to start upgrading. But let's put it in the end. So it will be twice. And we need to, like, we can do this. Right, because the first card, what we want to get rid of? This and this. Yeah. Let's just do that. No, I mean... Yeah. So that will upgrade it by 2. Let's do this. Yeah. Yeah, should be fine. That will transfer it. Okay, so let's continue. I love the idea behind Acki Nacki. I read that mining will be a continuous thing. Is that true? Yes, absolutely. Like in Bitcoin, you mine all the time. It is continuous, but of course the returns on the mining returns will be diminishing, like in Bitcoin, exactly following the same curve. Like you will mine less and less, but first 2-3 years, is the most, like you mine the most, and then it goes sharper down, and then it goes like very sharp and down, and then it's like continues for 60 years. But it's like constant, same function as Bitcoin, like halving, but instead of every 4 years halving, it just will halve every it's like diminishing every block. But in the end, like if you count all the diminishing returns, so diminishing mining over 4 years, you will arrive exactly at halving. It's just that it's smooth, like this halving is smooth across all 4 years. So we like lose this. That's done by purpose, because like in Bitcoin, you know, this cycle when we get like the after the halving, like a year of like bull market, a little bit more than a year, which we are in right now. We're like almost completed the cycle now, like it's another maybe half year on the Bitcoin, like classical bull market, and then it goes like the bear market and the low, the high low, and then comes back, right? So that's why it is so, because every time in every 4 years there are halving in Bitcoin. And we analyzed, when we did the tokenomics for Acki Nacki, like we analyzed Bitcoin a lot. We did the research on Bitcoin. We actually, Nikita did the statistical research on Bitcoin, and we kind of digged a lot of stuff which almost never been discussed, like the Bitcoin free float, how it affects the price and stuff like that. It's in tokenomics. We didn't maybe we will publish one day like the whole research, but anyway, so we wanted, in that case, like we wanted to smooth out these cycles, and in order to smooth them out, instead of doing cycle every 4 years, which halving every 4 years, we just built in halving, like gradual halving inside the protocol, but it's exactly following the Bitcoin curve. So that, I hope that's promise. I hope that answers your question about the continuous thing. Will there be halving? Like it is continuous thing and continuous halving in a way. Hey, will phase 2 be started on Acki Nacki blockchain? Will be a fork or any or of another chain as at first and implementation? If the start is Acki Nacki chain, how fast DEXes will integrate? If you think, okay. So the first question isn't being a fork of any other blockchain. Why the hell would it be any fork of another blockchain? I mean, what's the point? No, of course it's Acki Nacki, no other chain. That's what we're all starting. It's an Acki Nacki implementation. It's done now. It's in testing and some fine tuning for the licenses, as were mentioned in the announcement. If the start is Acki Nacki chain, yes it is. How fast CEXes will integrate, if you think? Okay, so the DEX will be released very, very like soon after the start of the chain. We have our internal DEX. It's an amazing thing. You will see. I don't want to talk about this too much. We will have a separate presentation about this. It's a mind-blowing DEX. It's a order book exchange. Fully on chain, fully decentralized, fully censorship resistant, so anyone can run it, cannot be banned, cannot be traced, cannot be, like, there is no web interface to it. I want to say cannot be hacked, but of course, like, we never say that. But it's much harder to, like, the attack surface is much smaller than any other like web-based interfaces that you see. So yeah, that will be DEX. Okay, when the number of licenses per node increase from 10 to 20, this raises the hardware requirements for mining. Doesn't this cause problem for small, medium? Okay, no, actually it's another way around. Like the mining, the hardware requirements for the node were increased first. Then, because of that, the cost of running a node was multiplied by 2. So validators came to us and asked, like, this is not fair. That is not what the money we put aside to run this nodes. So we said, okay, let us increase then the number of licenses from 10 to 20. That will decrease per license cost of running. So it will come back to the same cost as it were before. So if you own one license, you kind of, yes, it will increase your price per license. But if you use Node as a service provider and delegate your license to someone else's hardware, then it's all taken care of. So like because you will be placed into like with other people, like combined with other licenses, and so basically the cost for you will be as well like cheaper. Okay, let me. Okay, so we'll have 8 here. Nice. Let's progress. If we have a numerical example, Mamaboard has a power of 128,500, the lowest power to start mining. Can he mine the largest number of coins if he achieves the highest block in the game? There is no highest block in the game. It's indefinite. So this is not correct. Can you compensate? This is question. Okay, you want to hear an exact formula which in your mind works like this. This is a set coefficient, like Mamaboard will give you like 1.5, and then the block 100 will give you like 3. Unfortunately, or fortunately actually, it doesn't work like that. If you go to tokenomics, you will see the formula, but basically it's relative to others. Right? You need to take into account how many validators, verifiers are actually playing the game. What is all, like everyone's components on the motherboard? What is everyone's blocks? And then, only then, you can place yourself on the curve and see it's every epoch, basically like roughly every 24 hours, you will collect your mining rewards. That's your epoch. And the rewards will be determined at that point by calculating all the rest of the Acki Nacki universe, like all the rest of verifiers, all of their parameters, and then calculate your mining reward. So actually you even won't be able to predict 5 minutes before like what really will be your reward, because it will depend on like many of these factors, all of these factors. Right, so I cannot give you I can give you the formula. I also gave the formula. It's also in tokenomics. But this formula, you cannot just put there your Mamaboard and your game level and see how much you will mine. You cannot do that. You also need to know how many people are playing at the moment and what their Mamaboards are and what their results are. Do you understand what I mean? Do you listen to me? Like, it depends. Like, right? It depends on how many people are mining. Because mining reward is constant at every second. It's like, that is the amount, is 22.5% of all the mining rewards at that second, according to the curve. And so, like, for example, like at this second, the mining reward, total mining reward is, I don't know, 2 million tokens, let's say, just saying. These 2 million tokens will be distributed according to the curve of what other people playing the game are currently have. And that's only after you know all of these parameters you will be able to calculate. I hope you understand what I'm saying. So there is no answer to this question. Like you cannot calculate the rewards just by knowing your Mamaboard and your placement. You also need to know all the other people's motherboard levels and all the other people's block height. Only then you calculate yours. But what I can tell you is this. And this is like, okay, maybe I shouldn't say it, but you can actually discover it yourself. But if there will be let's say 3,000 verifiers per, like, in 24 hours, which it won't, but we have much more. But if it will be 24, like 3,000 people in 24 hours, and they will like go above block 5, right, higher levels, they, listen carefully, they might mine, like if we simulate the situation, they might mine more NACKLs than a block keeper. Let it sink. That's how it works. So yes, if like there can be a situation, depend on your, like, where you are and where everyone else, and it's particular number of these people, like a lot of these people not clearing block 5, for example, you might win the mining reward at the end of the 24 hours, which will be larger than the block keeper. Okay. Okay, let's play the hand. By the way, I think, like, you see now, like, we were playing, like, really, we're playing really kind of, I'm playing almost like, yeah, it's very, like, easy. I'm not like investing a lot of thought, because you see, we're talking, I'm answering your questions, and meantime I'm playing this, right? And we're on the block 24. This is not complicated. Like, everyone could do that. Of course, the game will become harder and harder, and of course we will, like, it's not right now the game we're playing is even not 50% done, right? There are a lot of mechanics that are not yet there, but still, it won't change the fact that everyone can do that. I really believe every one of you can do that. Like, everyone can do that. It's not that hard. Okay, where we are, 476, and we have 61 on the flush, right? So, like, and then, okay, let's see what we have here. Random suit, I don't want to convert a random suit. Don't want to do that. Okay, we can upgrade meantime. Let's upgrade. And I'm fine, like, it's not a problem. We need to get rid of this one of this, because we just need 28 basically. So we need more. Okay, so okay, that's 29. That's like exactly what we need. Yeah. Okay, let's do that. So let's move on. Nice. Okay, so the total supply is 10 point. Promises continuing asking questions. Nice questions, very good questions. But questions that, by the way, were answered many times, but I will repeat, no problem. Your total supply is 10.6 billion. That is over 60 years, you realize that. So 10.6 billion is really elusive number. It's like, you know, like Bitcoin has 2 million supply, which never happens anyway. How is the supply distributed, and will the team have large percentage of the supply? Okay, not distributed. We're saying this every time. There is no distribution, no allocation, no TG, no pre-mine, nothing like that. Everyone will mine tokens from the first block. No distribution. So of course, in order, like, no team allocation. What we need to do in order to have tokens, and we're going to do that, and we also need to mine. But as you know, we have quite large community of validators, and so we will mine like part of the tokens, like we will run our own block keepers and block managers, but we're not in majority or anything like that. Like we actually, in the licensing agreement, there is a provision that doesn't matter what, we cannot mine more than 24% of the network. Like, so even if we wanted, even if we could, we wouldn't be doing this. Like we legally, like when we sold the licenses to other validators, they asked us for this provision. So we actually will never have more than 24% of the network anyway, and probably we will have less, because like we want we also need to run all the miners like everyone else. In the tokenomics, the rewards are distributed as NACKL per second, so they're not calculated per day. Yes, but they are calculated per second, but they're not distributed per second. That would be insane. So they are calculated for a period of the epoch, validating epoch. Validating epoch is like whatever, I don't remember how, it's like more or less 24 hours. It's a little less, I think 18 hours, something like that. I don't remember. They are calculated per second, but they are paid, and the calculation happens at the end of each epoch. So they're distributed per epoch. Okay, let's come back to the questions that Katya asked. So let's go from the questions the community asked. So how will the mining game work in detail? Do we have to play several time frames per day? All right, so how it worked, I already explained. Now, do we need to play several frames per day? Okay, so the only thing you need to do is, of course, you can not do anything, right? You can play and then not play and then come back and you play again. What will happen is this. If you don't construct 5 blocks in 24 hours, you will be set to 0. So like you lost. So basically, if you go like 5 blocks per day, and then you don't play a game, don't play in a day, and then you come back and start playing, you will be start from 0 as well. But if you play first day from 0 to 5 block, then you go next day from 5 to 10 block, then the third day you will start from block 10. Does it make sense? So you only need to clear 5 blocks. You need to go up 5 blocks to keep the block level that you have. So that's the minimum you need to play. It doesn't matter when you do that in 24 hours, anytime within 24 hours time frame, like it works like right now in the boost farming. Boost farming is be switched off. There will be no boost farming. The only farming that will be is basically this. Mining is 5 blocks per 24 hours. That's it. Can you clarify if one may actually lose a popcoin, the entire collection, when being attacked, as you mentioned? Or did you mean a popit from the current popcoin? Okay, so popcoin, when you mint popit, like you mint popcoin, right? So you have number of popcoins multiplied by the number of mints of all the popcoins that you have minted, right? You can do it right now. If you go to Popits and you mint some popit inside popcoin, then you will see in the wallet that you will have this number of popcoins, basically. So if you minted, like if you tapped, I don't know, 300 on one popit in this collection, then in this popcoin, then in the second popit you minted like 200 of this next popit. So it means that you have 500 popcoins. So basically you have 500 copies of all the popits inside this popcoin. You can lose one popcoin in the game, right? There is an attack which is not yet in the game, but there is an attack. If you lose this attack, one popcoin is going to be transferred from your wallet to the wallet of the person which attacked you. So it's one popcoin. It's not the entire collection. It's not the entire popcoin, like all the number of popcoins that you have of this popcoin. No, it's just one popcoin. So mint more. basically. All right. I'm not wasted. Why? Who said that? Come on. I'm not. All right. Does that mean the first people that start mining for the epoch will earn more before more people start mining that epoch? Everyone's epoch is individual. Right? So everyone's epoch is individual. I hope I'm correct. Actually, like you asked it, and now I'm just have doubts. No, I like, okay, in the block keeper, every epoch is individual. In the, I think it's individual. Yeah, I'm like 99.9% sure. So everyone's epoch is individual. So it's 24 hours for you. It's not 24 hours for everyone. And so so your, it's not that it's calculated. It's calculated for you, but it takes the account all the other current participants, like how much in your last epoch, like, okay, maybe I'll explain it again. So let's say you mine something like this is the epoch ended, okay, and then you start another epoch, another like 24 hours, whatever. So you calculated last time when the epoch started, when the last epoch finished, and then we calculate again after this epoch finished. What is taken into account is what happened during this epoch for you, meaning like how many other players played during this epoch, how many NACKL tokens were mined during this epoch, what was their level of the motherboard, what was their kind of level of the game. Hope that makes sense. Game score equals sum of produced block in many times. I'm not sure I get the question. Is it a question? Okay, that's related to when you do not make 5 blocks. Then you will be wasted. Oh, yes. Yeah, okay. Get it, Skydev. Yes. If you didn't do 5 blocks per epoch, you will be wasted. So you go to 0. And you can continue from there. Can you explain the relation between NACKL and Shell tokens? Yeah, well, that will take a lot of, like, NACKL is a token of the, if it's a security token. It's basically like security, not in like secure. I make it worse. Security, not like in a financial meaning. Security means in, it's securing the network. So this token is like value token. The Shell token is the payment token for the network resources like gas token. And so they are separated because we believe that every blockchain out there who combines their native token with the gas payment is doing a huge mistake, because you want gas token to be stable or actually going down in price, because the less gas cost, the more developers are, like, the more people wants to use the blockchain, right? Because it's cheaper to use. But at the same time, the native token of the blockchain, you want to rise in price because it's securing your network, because it's proof of stake. Like, so more it goes up in price, the more secure your network is. And as you can see, these are two exactly conflicting, like, inverted relationship. Like, one wants to go higher, another at the same time wants to go lower or stabilize. And you can see that in Ethereum all the time. Like, the network start to be used, the price goes up tremendously, the token price goes up, then people use it less because, like, it's impossible. They go to layers 2, whatnot. Like, the whole layer 2 created because the gas is ridiculous. The network is kind of stalled. Okay, the reason for that is that because the blockchain is not scalable enough. But, in the end, right, it's one or another. So we just said, like Alexander the Great, he just cut the damn thing into. I hope you know what I'm talking about. Anyway, can I mine using core only without playing it? Of course you can. Sure. Like core is a fraction of block keeper. It's not even mining from the same reward pool, right? It's mining from the 60% reward pool that goes to block keepers. And so yeah, you can do both. You can have a core which will mine for you and you're not playing anything, and then you can also add to that like playing verifier and mine there. In the Popit game, you start afresh when you fail instead of trying to level again. Does clearing 5 blocks in 24 hours mean that you must not fail? If you fail and clear 5 blocks, does it count? No, it doesn't. You need to go up. Like you need 5 blocks on top of each other. Up to the free float chart. Is it true that only 100 million will be free of stake from the total mint in the first year, which is... no, it's more complicated than that. Wagner, could you please translate it, like use a translator to translate it to English? So I'm not going to do that because like I don't want to waste people time on that. So please just if you can translate. It's more complicated than that. It's the free float. Like free float is the difference between minimum stake that validators need to put, and the total minted amount. But this difference, the min stake, it depends on how many validators are on the network, and also how many validators network wants. Now this is really maybe complicated and a little bit crazy, but that's how Acki Nacki works. Acki Nacki always wants some number of block keepers, because obviously in Acki Nacki the more block keepers are, like the more network capacity is there. Now if Acki Nacki wants 1,000 block keepers and the number of block keepers is less than 1,000, then the mechanism to attract more validators in Acki Nacki is to lower the minimum stake requirement, so more people can join. If the Acki Nacki if the number of block keepers is approaching or equal or more than the kind of what Acki Nacki wants, the required number of block keepers, then the min stake starts to rise. And then it rises to the point where like it's impossible to add stake because there is no stake like that in the network. Right? Makes sense? So I cannot tell you, like there is no definitive number. It's all statistics. Acki Nacki is all statistics. It's a whole blockchain, including tokenomics, which is totally built on statistics and relations. It's like almost like a Einstein network. Everything is relative to one to another, because this is the most dynamic system which can adjust for different. That's how world works. Right? World doesn't work by a single formula, which is not related to anything. Like everything is in relation to something else. So Acki Nacki works like that. So right, I cannot tell you that 100 million. If you simulate the network at the capacity, like at the number of validators that is required, then yes. If you go 1-to-1, like required is 1,000, you get 1,000 validators, then the amount of the difference between min stake and the total minted tokens will be like less than 1%. So the free float is extremely small. Which mining? I just gave this example, Salati, that actually there is no answer to that. Like it depends. It depends how many block keepers are there, how many verifiers are there. I gave an example in the beginning of the stream that if you get just 3,000 verifiers, and most of these verifiers are stuck at block 5, but you go upper, you may mine more than a block keeper, actually. Like it can happen. So there is usually like 60% goes to block keepers and 22.5 goes to verifiers. But you know, it all depends how many block keepers are there, how many verifiers are there, and what is the distribution curve between them. What's the relationship between them? let's play this. Okay, so we have 3, 9, 2, 6. And we have 61. And let's say 2. So we need like this is fine. Yeah, that's fine. But we need to see what happens here. Every scored card parent get 2. Okay, we might do this just in case, like just to get higher levels of this Popit. I'm not doing defense now because I don't think anyone can defeat me at this moment. Like, we need to go upper to do this. Like, I don't think I have a problem. Okay, but I have to say Popits are pretty shitty at this moment. You see, it's not upgraded. My deck is in shit. It's not upgraded. Yeah, a little bit like here, but like probability-wise we are better because we have a lot of hearts. Well, a lot, not a lot. By that time, you know, you probably would want like see much more here, but okay. Let's just do that. All right. Another question. Let's go. We need a big pop coin. Okay, wait. Collection 1 I'm playing with. Okay. Let me. Collection 1 are playing with, or was it simply the Proto Popit ability card for that active session? I'm not sure I get that question. Like, maybe the question is the pop coin that we all play, like the pop coin that we played right now. This pop coin which has these. One second, I'll show you. Yeah. Like this popcoin, that is popcoin, right? I'm playing with a popcoin. Of course, we created that popcoin for a tournament, right? So probably the question is it like, is this collection you're going to play with? Like with this popcoin you're going, no, you're going to play with your popcoins. So you need to mint popcoins. You have whatever time left, like few weeks before the mainnet. Maybe a little more, because like the game will not start mining from the first. Actually, I can tell that this is also maybe news, but the game won't mine from the day 1 of blockchain start. You will first mine with Popits, because we just cannot do all in once. It's too much. So the game will come like a little bit later for the mining. Maybe like we need to do, first of all, we need to do the zero knowledge proofs wallet deployment. That's first task when the blockchain starts, to enable you to mine like from the Popit minting. So you'll have some time. But anyway, when we start mining within the game, you will need your popcoin, like, you know, with a lot of Popits, because these are like, this collection has more than 200 Popits, I think, and plus each of them has 5, not each of them, but most of them has 5 abilities, right? So it's like almost like 1,000. So you need popcoins with a lot of Popits, and right now there is only 1 or 2 collections, maybe 4, that has enough Popits. So yes, you need to mint, you need to create Popits now, otherwise it will be too late. That's the second question. Collection, we need a big popcoin collection to compete. Yes. Do we really need at least 1,000 Popits? Yes, because not many people have many, maybe only 4 people. It's not about people, it's about popcoins. So if you have like Gbook I think has more than 1,000 Popits. So if you have Gbook, you can play with Gbook. Probably it will be fine. Probably, right? So go mint some Popits. Go like now. Will there be a number in the shop, for an example, that tells us how many Proto Popits are available out of the max one could have for the currently used popcoin? No. Like, you go to your Popits, and inside popcoin, you will see the ability of each popcoin. Yes. Like, you will see with your popcoin, you will see which Popit has which ability. Yes. That because the abilities will be assigned on the spot. So you will see what you have, like what kind of popcoin you have, and you can choose based on that which popcoin you want to play with. Will one be able to see all the current possible abilities that is? Yes, I just answered. How exactly will the effect of Popits or popcoins in our wallet on mining work? The effect of Popit or popcoins will not affect your mining. It will only affect like your ability to climb the levels to play better, right? So you need a lot of Popits to be better, to climb to higher blocks, and higher blocks determining how much you will mine. So yeah, it has an effect, but not directly. You just need to play better. How is the multiplier for different Mamaboard power? Can we have a list of this value? You have the list of this value in the Mamaboard. Just go clean, but basically you don't need everything because, okay, so the other thing that comes next week is that actually, like, we will have to readjust all the Mamaboard components. Basically, it means that all the components will be sold and you will have to buy them again. All the boosts will be returning to you, right? So you will have all the boosts. Now you will need to buy components again, because what we did in the beginning was that you could choose what component to buy. You won't be able to do that anymore, because if we would because it's too complicated, it became too complicated to calculate the mining rewards if we would do this. So instead, we changed that a little bit, so it will be easier for us to calculate, for the blockchain to calculate. So now you will need to buy again all the components, but in the particular order. So there will be an order. You just can buy next and then next and then next. It won't give you a choice anymore. So yeah, so you will just climb. It was said that Mamaboard earnings goes in wallet. Do we still have to break Mamaboard to make? Yeah, nothing changed. You will still need to break. You will see your mining rewards, obviously, but if you want to unlock them because they are locked in the Mamaboard, it's like stake in a way. That's the point, really. So if you want to take them out, no problem. Crush your Mamaboard and take the knuckles, and then you can buy components again. So you need a lot of boosts. You need a lot of boosts, not only to mine, but also to be able to free some knuckle and mine again. Can we add a possibility by popcoins in our wallet to see which Popits we tapped inside and how many taps we did? No, and you don't need it really. Because why would you need it? You only have popcoins. That's what you mint. You don't mint a particular Popit. Why you mint a particular Popit is just to be able to determine if this Popit will be issued or not. But once it's issued, you when you tap, you actually tap the popcoin, not the Popit, if it makes sense. We need to know the rules on the Mamaboard multipliers. I hope that in the mining testing phase it will be explained in detail. You don't. As I explained it, okay, I spent really a lot of time to explaining this. It won't, there is no such thing. Okay, you can go to tokenomics and see multipliers, but you need really to know all the other parameters. It's not this fixed number. Okay, let's play the hand. Okay. Yeah, we need 36 and Like that's a lot. Now we need to get rid of this. 20, 30. Okay, 37. I click 40. That's fine. And 1. So yeah, should be fine. Right. Right. Okay, maybe my question was not clear. The block score means sum of produced blocks in one epoch or only the highest level. I make 10 plus 12 plus 20 in the epoch, or it will count only the highest 120. It will be, yeah, it just takes what you have at this moment. So like at the moment of the scoring. Like it won't take your progression or anything like that. It will just check if you clipped 5 blocks and take the block you're in right now for the calculation. Using the Popits, languages are my problem. Can't translate the meaning of some Popits. It's translated, Salati. Like if you see a problem with translation, I don't know which language you use, but if you see a problem with translation, just please write to moderators in the chat, because we're constantly improving translation. So if something is not clear, I mean, in English, like you go here and like, 1 second. Like this. Like you need to get used to it, but actually, like I don't see a problem. 1 in 10 chance to create a face card when an 8 is scored. Like what is not understood here? It basically means that it will create a face card. Face card is, you know, king, dame, or jack, right? Every time an 8 card is scored, so it's in the combo. And I think it's add random cards, 1 card to the deck, basically. Like convert a card to the left of the last card in layout into same last card. Means like if this is layout, if that is layout, this is 9, it's a last card. This is last, this is the card on the left, it's king. King will be converted into 9. Right? Correct? By the way, we need this Popit. That's excellent Popit. We just bought it and we need to move it here. All right, questions. I wish Acki Nacki gets more attention. Do you plan on doing marketing, or you rather let the work do marketing? Promise, we have 6 million users in Acki Nacki registered from the beginning. I don't think any blockchain started with that number of users. Now, if you talk about attention in some circles of the, like, I don't know, Ethereum, or like go when television talks about you, like in Solana, well, we have long way to do. Solana, when I spoke with Anatoly before the Solana launched, nobody knew about Solana. Literally, there were like 100 people in the world knew about Solana. And it's not, it's like marketing is a buzzword. It doesn't really mean anything. Like, I think we are doing a lot of marketing. Like, the Solana wallet, when Solana started, the Solana wallet wasn't downloaded 5,000 times or 10,000 times like our apps are downloaded even before the network starts. So I think we're doing okay with the marketing, kind of. But yeah, sure, we will do more. There are, of course, we're trying to do more all the time. After selling our NACKL Mamaboard, will reset, does that include our daily boost collection? No. It's not affecting anything. Like, it will just take all the Mamaboard components, sell it, and put all the boosts inside your kind of wallet, inside your application, inside your account, and you immediately will be able to buy back components, but in particular order. That's the only difference. You just tap, you buy again. I'm usually confused with that, what Popits are and what popcorn. Popcorn is something else. Like, but yeah, Popcoin is guy with popcorn. That's true. Popcoin is the collection of Popits, basically. It's like a deck of Popits. In the Popcoin, there are 3 spots in 3 corners. What do these places mean? Okay, that's an old design. It will be replaced. Like, you will see, this is the design. That will be replaced. So all the right now, like, the Acki Nacki app will be significantly overhauled next week. So you will have a new version of Acki Nacki app. It will be mini app again in the Telegram, and like, it all will be like, the design will change to this and so on and so forth. So yeah, it will be going back to the, like, because that design that you talk about, like in the mini app right now, this design is just old because that's how we thought the Popits will look like, but now they look like that. Will we have any new delay in launch mainnet, or now we have the last date, which is between 2 forwards? Well, I very much hope so. Like, unless something unpredictable, completely shitty happen, we don't expect any more delays. Let's do this. So we are in about, we just cleared the hour. Let me clear one more block. As you could see, we just talked and we cleared, well, more than 5 blocks for sure. And it wasn't like, it was fun and it was easy, right? So we need 40. Yeah, that's fine. Since the block height is not reset each epoch, then it is very important to keep a high block height for several epochs to mine more continually, rather than having to reset too often. That's correct. You want to climp all the time, so you actually don't want to lose. You want to go higher, and you want to maintain your block height. In order to do this, you must clean 5 blocks per epoch. That is correct. Oh, I forgot that I had this. Shit. Man, what the fuck? Okay, on that nice this is just amazing. On that nice note, let's go to block 0. Talking about maintaining. I love the guy. Yeah, love. Okay, so it's not just enough to have a high block height, as one have or progress at least 5 blocks each epoch. It's enough to have a high block height, but you have to progress 5 blocks each epoch. Yes, absolutely. That's the idea. So you need to go and you need to, like, if you want to maintain a higher block, you need to think a little bit every day, not like I did in the last block, because, like, yeah, too tired. Okay, guys, I think that's it. I hope I answered everything. And have a great rest of your day or night. And see you next time. Thanks a lot. Cheers.